Talking about Halloween H2O on Epic Horror Fans. And I don't know if you know this, but they actually asked John Carpenter to be part of this movie, and he said he didn't want to be part of it. AJ Punk 15, what did you think of Halloween H2O?
I think it's an underrated sequel. There's a lot of things in this film that a lot of the people who made this film put in just to have a throwback to the original. Like one of the teachers, a principal, whatever, at the school, said Laurie Strode, and she got her name changed, whatever. But she frightens her, and she's like, I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare. So just throw back to Halloween 1 when Lee Brackett bangs the door in front of Annie's house and says the same thing. I can't exactly remember, but there's a whole bunch of little things, like Laura teaching the class with Michelle Williams is in it. The same thing. It's kind of like a throwback to it. A lot of the kills are cool. I love the revenge scene, final ending scenes of Michael and Rory going head to head. I think it's great. I do think that.
What rating would you give this out of 10?
I give Halloween H2O. It's not one of my favorites. Kind of is, I guess, but it's underrated. I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10? Okay. So, JT is Reborn. What did you think H2O?
I think this and Halloween 4 are the two best sequels in the whole series. I mean, H2O should have been the end of the series. And she chops his head off. But then, in freaking Resurrection, they ruined that by saying, oh, he caught Michael Myers somehow changed body. It's stupid. But it doesn't make any sense when you actually watch H2O because the guy tries to kill her, right?
Yeah.
He tries to kill her, clearly. Did Michael just plant a device in him that said, hey, just act like you're going to kill her. It'll be fun. A good ending. I mean, what's cool about it is it cuts the bullshit. I mean, it has Laurie just like, you know what? I've had enough of this. She's trying to exact her revenge. It's just like, you want her to succeed. Her life has been hell since then. She's been tormented. And she's throwing all these knives. She's trying to kill him. And then it's in California, which is different. Yeah. What's cool is they got some people from the other movies in there, like the original, like the nurse, like AJ Punk 15 said. I think this is Joseph Gordon-Levitt's first movie. He went on to become successful. And what else? Her mom, Janet Leigh or whatever, is in the movie. She's driving the same car as she did in Psycho.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of cool trivia moments. I mean, the guy who made this, I think he made Friday the 13th Part 2 and 3. Steve Miner, yeah. So I think H2O and Halloween 4 are the two best sequels. And then this should have been the ending of the original series. They should not have went on to make Resurrection. I mean, that completely ruins what H2O stood for, ending a series. It's a, just
so
go as far as
what would you give H2O out of 10?
Well, I give this and 4 about 8s out of 10.
Yeah.
I think 8's a pretty good deal. I think 8 seems fair.
Agree with everything JT Reborn just said. I almost 99% agree with what you just. Could he, attack that person or whatever and switch off the mask or whatever? There was a split second to after when she tossed him over the balcony or whatever when the confrontation, and then she basically kind of looked and he was gone or something on that line or something like that. And there was that split second, but the Michael Myers, did come up and did try to look like he was trying to attack her, but so Halloween H2O should have been the end of the series. It was a good, brought back some really good moments. The favorite moments in the film is the part where Laurie basically just gets fed up with all this terror, and she just hits the glass, takes the axe, and just screams Michael's name. You know, she's just hell bent on finally putting this evil to rest. And there's about Frankenstein, and basically how Frankenstein basically created Frankenstein's monster and all that stuff. And there was like a little bit of stimulants between her did like a little acknowledgments, or it was done after Halloween 2. He was done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, he even said he was
He didn't even
done.
want to do Halloween.
They were originally going to call this movie The Revenge of Laurie Strode. I think that would have actually been a cooler title.
Yeah.
Instead of H2O, that's water.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
water.
Here's the thing, as I like the title Halloween thing about this film, is that they acknowledged the car crash that was supposedly killed Laurie in, you know, Halloween 4 that was brought up. But yet, you know, she doesn't acknowledge that she had a daughter or anything. She has a son. It would have, you know, maybe been nice if they maybe would have.
It also makes it seem like it's a sequel to like the original versus Halloween 2, kind of. You know what I mean? It just says like Michael Myers, the body was never found.
Yeah, but they do show the hospital thing and everything like that.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of strange. It almost makes it seem like it's just a direct sequel to the original rather than 2, but it's just like, you know, it's got a little bit of plotting issues. I think it would have been better if they acknowledged that it was part of the series.
You know, I know you guys all like Halloween H2O, but for me, you know, something about Halloween H2O, it kind of like, it didn't feel to me like as dark as like Halloween 4 or 5. It kind of like had kind of like a wholesome kind of like feel to it. I don't know, like the element of danger wasn't there. I didn't think Laurie was gonna die in the movie.
Well, it did have an element of danger, and you know, basically it, you know, didn't. And there were certain parts of the film where you thought one thing was going to happen, and then they did the complete opposite. And I like that. I really did. I thought, you know, they didn't play it, you know, really straightforward. They kind of mixed with their head a little.
And as good as that Halloween 4, when you do compare all the films, because it's not a bad movie. Just to me, kind of lacked the kind of like dark feel of 5 or 4.
I didn't complain, but H2O was the fact.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like it was Halloween.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You know, everybody has their own feeling about this, but for me, H2O kind of like.
Me personally, I would give Halloween H2O. I would want one up. Actually, probably both of you. I would actually give Halloween H2O a solid 10 out of 10. That's how much I like it. I really do think that this is a great film.